By day, he is a man like any other. By night, beneath the full moon, the beast within awakens. Claws tear through flesh, bones twist and reshape, and the howl cuts through the darkness, warning all who hear it. The werewolf walks among us. But what is the truth of this creature? Where did the first whispers of the Wolfman begin? What powers did people believe it carried? And why does this myth still stalk our imagination? Stay with us till the end, because the truth behind the werewolf is darker than you think. The world that birthed the werewolf was a world of forests. Thick, endless woodlands stretched across Europe and beyond, filled with predators that hunted by tooth and claw. For ancient people, the wolf was both rival and reflection. It was fierce, cunning, and loyal to its pack, but also merciless in hunger. Villagers that lived near these wild lands feared the wolf's howl at night, knowing that in winter, when food ran thin, the wolves came closer. It is here, at the border between village and forest, that the idea first took shape. What if the beast was not outside the walls, but inside? What if man could become the wolf? So where did the first whispers of this legend begin? In ancient Greece, one story stood above all, the tale of King Lycaon of Arcadia. He served Zeus a meal of human flesh, and as punishment, was struck by lightning and transformed into a wolf. His name, Lycaon, became forever tied to the word lycanthropy. Lycanthropy simply means wolf-man. It comes from the Greek words lykos, meaning wolf, and anthropos, meaning human. For the Greeks, it described the cursed state of living between two forms, no longer fully man, but not entirely beast. Greek writers described Arcadia as a land of wild forests, where men might live as wolves for 9 years before becoming human again, if they had not tasted human flesh. These tales show how the wolf was not just an animal, but a boundary between civilization and savagery. The Romans inherited these fears. Wolves were sacred to Mars, god of war, and the founders of Rome, Romulus and Remus, were said to be nursed by a she-wolf. Yet even here, the shadow lingered. A wolf's power was dangerous, and men who drew too close risked becoming beasts themselves. Further north, the Norse sagas told of warriors called Ulfhednar, wrapped in wolf pelts. Like the berserkers who fought with the rage of bears, these wolf warriors fought in a frenzy, howling on the battlefield. The line between human and animal blurred, and in that blur, we find the heart of the werewolf myth. Among the Slavs, belief was even stronger. Stories told of men cursed to roam as wolves for years, only freed if their skin was cut open and their human body revealed beneath. To many villagers, wolves were not just predators, they were neighbors in disguise. This is just one of many myths we've explored. From vampires to djinn to golems, you'll find them all here on Chronica Arcana. So what kind of world gave rise to this enduring fear? In medieval Europe, wolves were everywhere. They preyed on livestock and sometimes even on humans. Every winter brought hunger, and every howl in the dark was a reminder of how fragile survival could be. The church gave the myth new form. Wolves became symbols of sin and temptation, linked to the devil himself. A man turning into a wolf was no longer just cursed. He was seen as surrendering to evil. During the witch hunts, werewolves joined witches on trial. In Germany, France, and Livonia, dozens were accused of lycanthropy. Some confessed, under torture, to prowling at night, feasting on children, or running with demonic wolves. In 1589, a German man named Peter Stumpp was executed after admitting to becoming a wolf with the help of a magic belt. His story spread across Europe, reinforcing the terror that anyone, even a farmer or neighbor, might secretly be a beast. The werewolf had moved from folklore into law. It was no longer just a story told by the fire. It was a crime that could cost you your life. But what powers did people believe the werewolf carried? The transformation itself was the most feared. Some said it came only with the full moon, when the heavens themselves unlocked the beast within. Others claimed a curse, a bite, or even the wearing of a wolf's skin could trigger it. Strength, speed, and the hunger for flesh defined the werewolf. In many tales, the wolfman lost all memory of his human self, becoming pure instinct and rage. Yet in other stories, he retained his human mind, making him even more dangerous. Across cultures, variations appeared. In French law, the loup-garou was often tragic, punished for sins, and doomed to wander. In parts of Eastern Europe, wolfmen could serve as protectors, warding off witches and spirits. But whether monster or cursed soul, the lesson was clear. The wolf was never far from man, and the beast within could surface at any time. So what happened when villagers believed they had met a werewolf? In 16th century France, panic spread through rural villages. Reports of wolf attacks blended with superstition, and soon men were accused of changing shape to commit murders. One infamous case was Gilles Garnier, tried and executed in 1573 for killing children as a werewolf. Further east, in Livonia, entire groups were accused. Some claimed to join wolf packs at night, crossing rivers and fields in ghostly processions. Authorities took these accounts seriously, seeing them as proof of diabolic pacts. To defend themselves, people turned to ritual. Some carried iron or made the sign of the cross. Others trusted in silver, believing it could pierce the hide of the beast when nothing else could. The werewolf was not just a creature of stories. For centuries, it was a presence villagers prepared for, feared, and sometimes believed they had to fight. So why does the werewolf endure? In the 19th century, Gothic writers wove the werewolf into literature. It became a metaphor for forbidden desire, rage, and the animal inside every human. In the 20th century, cinema gave it a permanent place in modern myth. Films like The Wolfman cemented the full moon as the trigger and silver bullets as the cure. Psychologists later saw in the werewolf an archetype, the shadow self, the hidden instincts beneath civilized skin. Carl Jung might have said the werewolf is the animal we deny but cannot destroy. Today, we no longer fear wolves outside our doors. Yet, the werewolf still stalks our imagination, not as a predator in the forest, but as a reflection of ourselves. It is the rage we cannot control, the hunger we cannot tame, the line between human and beast that we all carry inside. And so, the villagers whispered and prayed, but still the howl echoed from the woods. For the beast is never far. It waits in the dark, and sometimes it waits within. This was Chronica Arcana, the myth of the werewolf. Subscribe to our channel to help us continue bringing these legends to life.